The Subcommittee on National Security of the Border and Foreign Affairs will come to order. Welcome, everyone. Without objection, I may declare recess at any time. I recognize myself for making an opening statement. The Biden administration's open border policies have led to the worst border crisis in America's history. Millions of illegal aliens have entered the United States under the Biden administration, impacting every community across the country. This Congress, both my subcommittee and the full committee, have examined the consequences of the Biden administration's horrendous policies. The President has unnecessarily created a national security and humanitarian crisis by refusing to uphold the rule of law. Today we are examining how the border crisis affects safety in our towns, cities, and communities. Not surprisingly, the open southwest border has attracted many illegal immigrants with criminal histories. But rather than simply deport those with criminal backgrounds, the Biden administration is letting them remain in our communities, even after they're showing that they're criminals. In fact, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement now detained docket has at least 617,000 aliens with criminal convictions or pending criminal charges. That's a non-detained docket. One would think that being a criminal illegal alien, at a minimum, would make someone an enforcement priority, but it is not under the Biden administration. In 2021, Secretary Mayorkas issued a memorandum entitled Guidelines for the Enforcement of Civil Immigration Laws, stating that criminal history doesn't automatically make an illegal alien an enforcement priority. Instead, immigration officers have to engage in a complex analysis of whether the criminal illegal alien is a current, quote, current public safety threat to be considered an enforcement priority. What does that mean? In 2022, the ICE principal legal advisor issued a memorandum interpreting Mayorkas's guidelines. Her memorandum stated, the existence of criminal history alone, regardless of severity, will not necessarily indicate that a non-citizen presently poses a current public safety threat pursuant to the Secretary's priorities. I should say that again. The existence of criminal history, regardless of seniority, they say, doesn't necessarily mean we have a safety threat here. According to this standard, a criminal alien could theoretically be a convicted murderer and avoid becoming an enforcement priority for ICE. The administration will wait to enforce our laws until the threat is deemed by them to be a current threat. By that time, it will be too late, as we have seen too many. By that time, it will be too late, as we've seen too many times in recent months. Even if the Biden administration cared to enforce our laws, sanctuary jurisdictions work to make our country less safe by shielding those criminals from immigration consequences. Sanctuary jurisdictions across the country refuse to cooperate with federal immigration authorities, mainly in the case where an individual is arrested or convicted for criminal activity. In contrast to the harm caused by sanctuary jurisdictions today, we have two sheriffs representing communities that are not sanctuary jurisdictions. These sheriffs are fighting at the local level to keep their constituents safe from criminal illegal aliens who shouldn't be in the U.S. to commit crimes against our citizens. Today, I imagine we will hear from the other side lots of claims about flawed studies with shaky evidence seeking to show that illegal immigrants are somehow less likely to commit crimes in the U.S. Cite those statistics all you want to the victims of crime and those committed by criminal illegal aliens. I doubt shaky statistical claims and platitudes will make them whole. The fact is, illegal immigrants should not be in the country in the first place and able to commit these crimes. Moreover, an analysis by the Texas Department of Public Safety showed that illegal aliens are more likely to be convicted of homicide, sexual assault, and kidnapping than the average Texan. The solutions aren't hard. Secure the border, stop releasing illegal aliens in the country in droves, and when an illegal alien commits a crime in this community, turn them over to ICE, enforce the law, and remove them. It's just that simple. Now, before we begin the testimony, I'll ask unanimous consent that Representative Jasmine Crockett from Texas be waived on the subcommittee for the purposes of asking questions. Without objection, so ordered.